So hoyoverse has just released a new Teyvat chapter interlude teaser, The God's Limit, for Genshin Impact. Now, I wasn't expecting Genshin to upload anything today, especially a Teyvat chapter teaser. That's just unexpected. And the title being The God's Limit is very interesting, so I feel like we're going to get some pretty big lore in terms of gods, hopefully, because it feels like a lot of information about the gods and like the higher powers are now being revealed in Genshin. So yeah, I am very excited for this. But yeah, with all that to the side, let's see what this teaser has to offer. Ooh, like the art style though. Humst. Guessing this is in Mondstadt? Maybe when it was just a tiny tree?
This world has always been so. Life abides no reason.
Who?
For none are born by their own consent.
Oh wait, it has the pattern on it.
Death
Paimon
abides
pedal?
no reason,
The shades?
for it cannot be defied.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Those who see it coming. Time abides no reason.
Okay, we're just getting shade law now. What the actual look like?
A second to be reclaimed.
Eastraff, I'm guessing, right?
Space abides no reason.
So yeah, this is confirmation of the shades then. Oh, dang, what the f— You good, Chief?
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
Okay, we are getting some information now. Oh, they didn't like that. Man, the art style is beautiful though. Yeah, so stopping people from divulging that information. Holy what?
No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing. Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
That is...
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable, tainted by the ruler of space.
On a Wednesday?
I have seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement. Although merging with you has stripped me of agency.
Okay, so this is
I
Ryan
shall
daughter.
still continue to voice my disapproval.
And then this is the shade of life.
My dear Rhine daughter, you have my respect, Nibirius. Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
What is going on? What a wild drop for a Wednesday, man.
Mr. Roth?
Eastraff.
Why did you bestow history upon them?
I had to find some way to pass
Man,
the
these
time,
character
did I
reveals
not?
are insane.
After all, it's clear that Asmodee is not here.
Asmodee, the final
Well,
shade name?
Perhaps you could share your input a little earlier next time. But you're right. There's no trace of Asmodee here. Where has she gone?
That is
Anyway,
wild, man.
It's time I put this space out of its misery.
Asmodee is probably the unknown god, so final name. Bro, Jesus, man. Heavenly
These meetings are just a
Principle?
formality. Does it really matter that only 3 of us are here?
No.
I, for one, think that we should find
Okay,
her.
I need to get my mind checked because my mind is
Since
just
the
a...
heavenly principles cast us as shades,
Okay, that's still
not
Eastraff,
one
gotcha.
of us has ever missed a meeting.
Hmm.
She just switched sides. Finding her would do more harm than good.
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
Just switched sides. You make it sound like such a trivial affair.
I'm guessing to the
We are
abyss.
shades, shadows of the heavenly principles. It's unthinkable. Unless
She's been corrupted.
she loves her new master more than her own self.
Mmm.
Renova, do you know that you're being watched?
By whom? Whose gaze could pierce this far?
Snezd. Oh, what the fuck?
I remember those eyes. It was just before I placed the curse of immortality.
Man, he's. Man. That instantly just proves how powerful he is, right? That he's watching one of the shades. Didn't even take her eyes off her either. He knew. He was like, it's on sight.
Yes.
I'll never
He's
forget.
an old acquaintance of mine. I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsas helped him let go of his past obsessions.
Yeah.
The Cryo Archon. With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly principles.
The heavenly principles have yet to awaken. If I were her, I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either.
Exactly. Best time to
My
gather
dear
everything.
Rhine daughter, you know I cannot allow you to think that way.
So it is interesting to know that these two are still communicating with each other.
It was purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
For lack of a direct order, I say it's time we intervene.
Oh shit.
Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
Bro, Nod Cry is gonna be wild. Yep, there it is. Man, all
the
of
gaze of the gods has always been considered a blessing.
Jesus Christ.
Hence the origin and meaning of visions.
Mm-hmm.
People have always yearned for the gaze of the gods.
Man,
And
still
yet,
though, to think he can
it
gaze
is said
upon
that
the
when
shades.
mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution. And what
Oh,
of it? Lives will be lost.
he's also been there?
A nation brought to ruins. So be it. It is nothing I have not
God.
endured before.
I am so
I
excited for Not
already
Cry.
know the price of gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god?
Jesus, man.
The god stays silent, as if the thought had never once crossed his mind.
Something must have
All those
happened
who
to him
dare
though.
Look up to the heavens. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold,
Damn, man.
even the gods have their limits.
Bro, Nod Cry is gonna be a massive turning point in Genshin's story. 100%.
Inspection over. Return to your posts.
Right, what's this gonna reveal?
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Per the Pale Star Edict, we are to retrieve the damsel from
the
Nod Cry,
damsel?
whatever it takes.
So, is she gonna be our main foe in Nod Cry then? Oh,
Nod
man.
Cry, whatever it takes.
The glitching effect is a very, very interesting because it reminds me of that horror thing that we got, that fan horror film. Okay, first thing I would like to apologize for is I don't think I was saying much. And that's because my mind was just so shocked. I was not expecting full shade reveals. I think the moment I saw like Renova, Ryan Daughter, and Easteroff, just their full characters revealed, my mind just went, all right, we're going on auto. I was just taking it in, man. Holy. So yeah, this is the biggest thing that I was thinking about when they first kind of showed this was it proves that Ryan Daughter and Nabarus are still two separate entities, right? Kind of interacting with each other. They didn't just become like one personality. So Ryan Daughter is obviously the main body, but it seems like Nabarus can just show up and be like, yo, what's up? I disagree with you. Just give her own input. And it seems like others can also see her due to what they showed somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, here it is. Because she appears as like a screen here. That's definitely fascinating. Man, these designs though are so gorgeous. Holy. Playable? Playable? And the thing is, Nabarus is referring to Ryan Daughter in a very, I wouldn't say affectionate, but endearing way, right? Like, my dear Ryan Daughter. So I'm very interested to think about what happened to these two. Because the fact that Nabarus's heart was just chilling in a domain somewhere, I believe it was, is weird enough to think about. But I think just devouring a shade is definitely a lot harder than it seems, even if they are just like a heart. So they must have come to some sort of agreement that Nabarus was okay with Ryan Daughter devouring her. I don't know. This alone is just very interesting to think about. And we finally got the name reveal for the final shade, the unknown god. Where is it?
There's no trace.
Asmodee, that was it. And a very interesting thing they were mentioning was Asmodee has gone to the other side, which I'm guessing that's referring to the Abyss, which is very scary to think about. So this was a space created by the ruler of death, as I'm guessing this was like just a creation that they were doing. And what we saw in the beginning was, I guess Ryan Daughter just wanted to have a little fun, create some humans, have a little talking session with discussing law. And Renova was like, you know what? Nah. Get that shit out of here, man. It's this part that's interesting. Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable.
All life here has been rendered unstable, tainted by the
ruler of space. I've seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless. Okay, I did not expect to be using my brain this much at like 5 in the morning. The fact that they just so casually dropped this is mind-boggling to me.
My dear Ryan Daughter, you have my respect, Nibirius.
So yeah, it definitely seems like these two came to some sort of agreement, and obviously they respect each other. I just want to know what like potential deal these two made. Because it might just be the case that Ryan Daughter did just like stumble upon her heart and devoured her. But there's definitely something more to this situation. It's nice to get a full view of like Piero now, you know, when he didn't have like the mask or whatever he had on him. Back when he was kind of full human. But the fact of the matter that this man, throughout Camria just being cursed, he was just glaring at the shade. Like he knew from that moment he was resolved. That gaze never faded, man. That is wild. Yeah, so it seems like they all have like this kind of effect. You know, like this kind of line star effect. Because typically we saw that with the unknown god, but they all seem to have their own version of it. Yeah, man, just staring her down for that is wild.
I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsa has helped him let go of his past obsessions.
Yeah, I don't agree with this. If anything, I feel like his obsessions have gotten worse. But the confirmation that the shades will be interfering from now on, within the rules, of course, is just crazy to think about what they're going to be doing in Nodcry. Because again, we've already got all of the Fatui Harbingers being there, with the damsel being, I'm guessing, the main one that we're going to be fighting, or interacting with anyway. We got the Hexen Circle being there, we got the Shades interfering, we got all the different factions. Man, it is gonna be wild. And it definitely just makes Snezhnaya a lot more interesting, in my opinion, since if all of this is happening in Nodcry, what's going to be happening in Snezhnaya? Because again, Nodcry is going to be a massive turning point in Genshin's story with what it's going to be exploring, along with, and just how many important people are going to be in that one area at once. Absolutely wild, man. And having the shot of Piero like going through all the different environments.
Lives will be lost.
It's a cool shot. I'm getting a better look at Nodcry here. Okay, I didn't even realize this. I was too distracted by seeing the damsel. Per the Pale Star Edict.
Our edict. We are to retrieve the damselette from Nodcry, whatever it takes.
We are to retrieve the damsel from Nod Cry, whatever it takes. So, is the Frost Science keeping the damsel
Inspection
trapped?
order.
Ooh, that's interesting. Because we know she was about during the Fatui Harbinger teaser. So did something happen where she was captured? Now she's being held in Nod Cry? Or it just might be she's just chilling there. She's done, you know, having a vacation. It's actually nice being able to put the shades to an actual like model now, instead of having them be like a mysterious thing. Because if they have a model, they may be playable. Hopefully, anyway. So the very interesting thing is that they're talking about Asmodee not being here, or not being able to find her, right? So that also means that she also disappeared 500 years ago? Because I assume they knew that Asmodee interfered with the twins, right? So at some point after that, she also disappeared. And the fact that Paimon kind of showed up after that is very interesting, because it's already been like a very like established thing that Paimon is related to the sky in some way, like to one of the shades or the heavenly principle. And the fact that they're saying now that Asmodee has disappeared, and I think they also talked about...
What if
Hold on a minute.
she just switched sides?
Yeah, so I thought here it was Mike. So I thought here they might have been referring to the Abyss. But if it is the case that somehow Paimon is Asmodee, then they're probably referring to the Traveler here then. But then it also just kind of brings up the reason of like, why is Asmodee just spying on us for some reason? I don't know. There's a lot to think about now. Because it's this line as well. Unless she loves her new master more than her own self. Which we already know that Paimon is very attached to the Traveler. Oh man, there's a lot to think about. Sorry if I'm rambling or just going off topic at multiple different sections. It's just there's so much to take in with this. And an interesting thing as well is that Ishtaraf was able to pick up that Renova was being watched by Pero. And the fact that we know now from, again, spoilers for the recent Archon quest, is that Asmodee was present when Ishtaraf froze the time for the siblings to be able to like create a paradox, you know, that whole section in the Archon quest. Asmodee was listening, or watching anyway. So I wonder if Ishtaraf is also aware that Asmodee was watching back then. If she was able to detect Pero watching here. Because Renova didn't even detect it.
Pierce this far.
Until it was like actually brought to her attention. Man, that's so sick though. The fact that he's just staring at her from the ground is wild. Built different, man. Holy. So yeah, I apologize if I missed anything in this. I'm definitely going to rewatch this a bunch. But yeah, once again, Hoyoverse dropping massive lore on a Wednesday. But yeah, with all that to the side, if you don't want to miss any future reactions to Genshin Impact content, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you then.